Good evening. Yep, it's Thursday night. But I think I am going to paint a bunch of green because I need some green stems. Ooh, I just found that. Okay, that'll work. But I got some of my paper roll, the children's easel paper, and some paints. And I'm just going to do some really quick. I can get all this stuff out of my way from this morning. Painting. And just let them dry overnight. I'd like things to dry naturally. To me, there's a little bit of a difference between here, this is what I want. Oh, this paint water is really dirty. What's new? My paint water's always dirty. Always. But I've got a bunch of these old Target paints. Ugh, I can't get this one off. God. I might have to go get this one to get my husband get this one off. And I want to kind of use up these little bottles, but reuse. I can't get this one off. Reuse them. Okay, here's avocado. Oh my, this one's solid as a rock. I'm just going to do a bunch of nothings, but cut it up in different lengths and all later as I need it for stems or sticks or whatever it turns out to be for. Okay, that one I need to just figure out how to get rid of all the dried out paint. Okay, here's lime. This one feels almost empty too. Maybe these are more empty than I thought. And dried up and old. I've saved these paints, these bottles, because these are perfect to travel with. Okay, that one's dried out too. Okay, satin jade. Oh, there's a little bits in here. No, that one's dried out too. Good Lord. There's a little bit in there. We have terrible weather coming. We might be losing our internet tonight. Okay, I think I'm going to let that dry a tiny bit. Maybe, hold on. Might just get my Neocolor 2s and make marks in here too. I'm just loosely scribbling. Because when I cut this apart to say like 1/4 of an inch by, 7 inches or whatever, you're only going to get bits and pieces of this. And I don't always want, it looks too much like the same. I don't always want just green. A variety of colors to me gives it more texture and more fun. I could even use some stamps actually. Maybe I'll do that on the next one. I cut him little purposely. Let's see if I can get out. Oh, let's get out the good old calamari. And some, maybe like a really dark green. Or actually maybe a dark blue or a dark brown. Oh, this is what I wanted. Okay, here's Labrador green in archival, cobalt blue, and then here's chipped sapphire. Let's make a base of calamari and see what happens. Care if they look distressed. In fact, I kind of like it. I would like it better. This one is the chipped sapphire. Ooh. I don't know. It's kind of like denim. Ah, this one has more juice. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that looks the same color. Okay, let's put this lid back on so it doesn't go dry. And maybe double up here a little bit. Is that going to contaminate my stamp pad? I don't know. Ugh. And maybe not get like a perfect circle. It doesn't really matter. It's going to get, a lot of it's going to get covered up. I really don't care. I just want to mark. And now, how about some regular old craft paint? Yeah, see. Where's that white tube that squirted all over me this morning? This is Walking on Sunshine. But I think I put other paint in here. I don't think this is the real Target paint anymore. See, this makes me happy. Lots of interest, lots of other stuff going on. Then when you cut it, you get all this really cool stuff. Good job, Beth. Good job. Okay. All right. Got another one. Ooh, love it. There's ink, there's paint, all mixed up in here. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's see. I have really been rough with this stamp and this like sticky foam, and it still continues and continues to go. And this calamari has been my favorite stamp, I have to say. I had to, my sister got her car back, so I went and picked her up and took her to the car place. But coming home, before the rain started, well, the rain started right as we were coming home, but like 12 deer were in one yard getting ready to cross the street. I'm like, don't cross yet. There's a ton of cars behind me because it's the last day of school here. And everybody, their brother is out on the road. Oh man, I love that. Now, I've got paint on here. A little bit. That might be, no, I'm going to do a little bit of this. And because these are water soluble, they're moving around a little bit too. If you hit them early enough. Now I'm using my left hand, so I really have no control. Okay. One more piece of paper. I'm going to leave all three of these out. I think there's still some in this one. Ooh. I might put water in these tonight. Ooh, I love this color. What is this? Satin jade. Ooh. Plus I have yellow and green on my paintbrush. But I like the texture of the paintbrush showing up on here. So every page has a little bit different texture. And different variations of green. I might even Shimmer Sky. What is this? This is a metallic. Ooh. And it's thick because it's trying to dry up, but not quite. Oh, that's pretty. Trying to get all the way to the edges here. Maybe I should put it on here. Remember, I've said before, I don't teach. This could be the reason why. All right, let's get a little yellow going on in here too. I could have used a jelly plate and done some of this too, but I just thought of it. Oh, that's pretty. There's a piece of paper from yesterday. Ooh, pretty. So now I got 4 pieces of paper, about the size of computer paper, and we'll see what happens to them overnight. Now I got this, and a big old fat mess here. All right, that can go in there. Almost can take this up now. All right, this has got good enough coverage ability. This one is good enough. Then I'm going to put water in both of those greens and see if it doesn't soak it up a little bit. And see what happens by tomorrow. Put this in my paintbrush jar. Put some of this nice clean water. can't get any worse than it already is. See what happens. They're both pretty caked on, dried out. This one doesn't even make any noise. Okay. Paint experiment. Stamping experiment. Put all my inks away. Let these guys sit overnight. See what happens. Okay. See you in the morning when all our paint is dry. Good morning. It is the next morning. My paint experiment worked on everything but this neon lime. But you know what we might do? We might just... This is what I do with my other little paint set. I'm kind of making a second one to take back and forth to the beach. But I just pour some paint in here. And I might even... if I can find it, use that white paint tube that I keep. Here it is. When I open it, it keeps, nope, that's buff. It keeps squirting everywhere. So we're going to get rid of that paint tube. Here it is. Is this the same one? Yeah. Excuse me while I mix paints. And then these little bottles can travel in my paint setup box. The sequel. Everything's a sequel around here. And I think I'll shake these up for a little bit because I put green, white. It already had avocado. Let's just see what color this is. Oh, it's not mixing so far. I have to do a better job at mixing. Oh, not bad. Anyhow, you get the picture. I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be a different color that I usually use. And by doing it like that, I get a variety. Variety, the spice of life. We've had nasty weather, as I imagine a lot of people have. I think there's more nasty stuff coming. I thought for sure our electricity would go out last night, but it did not. Testimony for SCE&G. No, Dominion. We're owned by Dominion now because SCE&G had embezzlement problems. Like the rest of the government. Okay. All right, we need to get out our green paper, but we're making a little bit of a mess here. We're going to preserve this luscious piece of paper. It has dragon fruit and pineapple and lemonade and Ray people and a lot of Rex Ray stuff on here. Oh, there's a little Basquiat. Anyhow, that's great foundation paper, right? Right. So today we're just going to use this. Today we are doing, as the title said, John Muir. Now, this is not an artist. This is not an artist. But he's would be a very interesting person to talk to, in my opinion. God, there's just tons and tons of these little tiny pieces of paper everywhere. Everywhere. Oh, I love this Frida Kahlo. I really do. First of all, we're going to get out our piece of paper. We're going to cut out John Muir, our number 3. Ooh, number 4 is going to be awesome. They're all awesome. Okay, now, loving this so far. That's John Muir right there. Can you see him? There he is. For nothing, he was lots of things, but for nothing, lack of anything else, he was the kind of father of our national parks. In my world, he is. And in a lot of people's worlds. So, that's some of the green paint, which came out pretty good, I say, that I did last night. I just wanted yucky. Don't make any, they're not yucky. They're beautiful. Sorry, you're beautiful. Don't make any sense paper is what I wanted. And then I painted something on top of here. I just transferred stuff because I had paint wet in places. I just transferred some stuff. So we have green to work with. We have brown to work with. And I'm kind of going after the symbol of the national parks, which is, I could be wrong about this. I'm quite often wrong about things, but it doesn't stop me from talking. It's kind of like a arrowhead. I guess it is an arrowhead. It's not kind of like an arrowhead, but it's something like that. And then there's mountains. There's a mountain goat or a sheep. The curly horn sheep guys. There's, oh no, maybe it's a buffalo. It's a buffalo. There's like a sequoia or some kind of tree. He was very instrumental in Yosemite, which was my hometown national park. My hometown national park growing up. That was my hometown national park. Now, my hometown national park is Congaree National Park, which is a different kind of tree altogether. So, I'm thinking, I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to use it as a shape of a flower. I can't lose this little gem. Okay. Now, the only thing is, I have this teeny tiny piece of paper to work with. Now, it's only folded, but I'm thinking I'm going to leave it folded, and I'm going to do something maybe off the edge. Who's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow? Huh. I might reserve the right tomorrow to go through this section here. So this is going to be maybe just a skinny one. And that could work too. Oh, that gives me another idea. Depending on who's coming to dinner, would Rex Ray change his thought process from flowers to trees? But I like the thought process of using this. We're using this. We're going to use this, and we're just going to go abstract. Okay. So, let's cut out some of our greens. All right, y'all stay up there. I don't want them to be exact, perfect. It kind of lends to my skill level. Oh, this is the one I stamped on and then covered a lot of it over in paint. But you can still see this. The stamps are there. And this particular stamp calamari is from like November. Basquiat Adventures, I think. That's when I made a few of these stamps. Okay, let's see what we have here. Not exactly uniform here or symmetrical, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not supposed to be. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't want it to be perfect. I want it to be abstract. And you're like, could that be the national park emblem? When you see the word mirror, you're like, But look at all these beautiful greens now. Look at that. That is part of the magic also. What shows up. Four might be the right amount here. I'm purposely not cutting these perfectly. I'm purposely not aligning them straight. I kind of don't care if they stick off a little bit, because that adds to the junk journalish. Are you looking for me?
Oh dear, you go ahead.
Okay, bye. Okay. But I'm wondering, here is a piece of paper. Doesn't exactly cover it all up. Ooh, one of these might be. These are the back of other stuff that I've done on Rolling Stone. Oh, I think I'm going to use that. Okay. I think I'm going to tape this down first. Yes, I still have paint on my hands from last night. Haven't been under any soapy water yet. We found a groomer. They're willing to try. It's a new groomer. It's not a new groomer, but it's a new to the place groomer. This is where I used to take Bogey all the time. And he didn't like going, and he shook like crazy. Ooh, please don't make me go. He did that a lot. But Gunner has been asked not to come back. This is a local place, independent, that said, please don't bring him back. I get it. I understand. But they have a new groomer on staff, and we have the muzzle, and we have a little bit of medicine that we can give him to make him drowsy. Not completely out of it, but his reactions are a little slower. But they're willing to try. We say, we'll try. Like, oh, thank you. So, but he doesn't go until week after next. And yesterday was the last day of school here, so the kids are out. They're driving everywhere. One kid per car. We're all going to the same place, but all of us need to drive our cars. Okay. Got that aligned pretty much right. Oh, stuff is flying everywhere. Okay. Ha! I like that. Enough browns, greens, oranges to look like outdoors. Does it have to be perfect? No. But now I don't know how I want to do these yet. The original, the actual logo looks like that. Oh, maybe I should do that. Oh, I kind of like that. And I could put this little guy down here. This is not crucial, but I still want to include them. Must one slam the door? Okay. I love this one. You can see some of the stamping, the green, the yellowish green that I mixed in. There's some darker green in here from a different color ink. This one's got a lot of blue. Just where I cut it out. I might add a little green. Just for interest. Scribbling with the Neocolor IIs and kind of then not having control over it to see where it goes. Ooh. Okay, oh, that's a little better. Not as much blue. Although, what color is this? Malachite green. That's better, but okay, that's better. That's better. Okay. You need to dry. Now, what if we added, what if we added some craft dots to represent the earth, dirt. All right, where's my other? Here it is. Oh, and this has got a little green paint on it, so other stuff is showing up. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. So now, what if we were to put these in some random spots? Kind of brings the background to all of it. It brings some of these colors in, sort of, I think. I'm thinking, my only dilemma is, I'm wondering if there shouldn't be some kind of like stem connecting all this. And I can do that with a marker. Huh. I think, and then once you see the word Muir, you're going to say, oh, that's the national park guy. Doesn't this scream national park? Oh, I think I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. I think I'm going to go for it, though. I think I like that. These are just going to be placed in different places. Not every single place is the same on each one. And this is backing off like that bright neon green. I was backing it off a little bit by putting the brown in there. And then I have a little bit of the edge hanging off here, and I kind of like that. But I'm going to have to bring it in here because it'll get folded over and get squished. Then, I might have to reconfigure this dude a little bit because he's a little bit... when I made these, I didn't think about what I was going to put him on. I didn't know what I was going to put him on. And they're a little bit too big. Okay. I think I'm going to overlap them a little bit. That'll give me a little bit more room down here. Just a smidge. Oh, wow. I may not have to cut this one at all. Well, I might. A little bit. I might. And these purposely are not square. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Now, I think this is a Tombow. I wonder what this is going to show up like. Not at all. I may have gone too far with the leaves. But I'm going to leave it because it's vegetation and there's vegetation in the national parks. Who knows? A year from now, there may not be any national parks. Okay. Oh, I'm loving this. To me, I mean, the contrast of these two next to each other, luscious. But you know what? I never did put any color on here. On the little tiny white part in the middle of the tulip. The Frida tulips. Little tiny dots of color. Okay. But I love the contrast of these two next to each other. And we're starting off with Van Gogh, and then we're going to Frida, and then we're going to national parks. Who will we do tomorrow? It's not national parks, it's John Muir. And I learned in looking up some stuff on John Muir, because I do like to research a little bit, because I love learning by journaling. That's what I call it, learning by journaling. And John Muir's grandson died. Oh, now I can't remember when he died. But it wasn't too long ago. And they have a huge John Muir exhibit and maybe he lived there. I can't remember. In Martinez, which is in the East Bay of California, the San Francisco area. I'm like, man, I have two places I want to go now. Next time I go visit my sister. But driving to San Francisco is like, it's almost as bad as driving to Atlanta. A little bit worse than Charlotte, but almost as bad as Atlanta. But Martinez is in the East Bay, and I would love to go see like the mural for the Levi Strauss building that Rex Ray did, or San Francisco MoMA might still have stuff of his on permanent display. I would love to see that. goals when the airports are safe again. Okay. Thanks for watching. Who's going to happen tomorrow? Who's going to be our dinner guest tomorrow? I love this. This is enough. I know I'm crazy, and I know I don't teach, and I know I'm probably way off my rocker. Well, there's no doubt about that, but I'm probably out of my, I know I'm out of my comfort zone, and that's good, but I'm out of my, how do I say this? Knowledge zone? Skill level. That's okay. That's the beauty of not having skills. Everything's out of your skill level. You just go. You don't know unless you experiment. That's why I don't teach, because I don't know what I'm doing. But sometimes not knowing what you don't know is a good thing. In my book. Now I need to put a lid on these guys. But I think I'm going to add some more paint to these. And then I will have a traveling set. And I don't have to go back and forth. Oh, here's the lid. I don't have to go back and forth when I go back and forth to the beach in October. Uh-oh. And there's some little lumpy thing right there. Do they not fit in here? Oh, no. There's a ridge in here, right here, and there's a, I guess it's like an air pocket thing. What is this? They don't fit in here. Okay, plan B needs to happen. Maybe I just had the lid on wrong. Oh. How does this work? This is not a regular container. Okay, I'll do this off camera. Struggle with my plastic lid. Okay, thanks for watching. As always, see you all tomorrow. Bye.